Hello dears, welcome back. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ നമ്മുടെ ഫസ്റ്റ് യൂണിറ്റിന്റെ സെക്കൻഡ് ലെസണിലേക്കാണ് പോകുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഇസ് ദ നെയിം ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് ലെസൺ? യെസ്, ദ ബോയ് ഹു ഡ്രൂ കാറ്റ്സ്. പൂച്ചകളെ വരച്ച കുട്ടി. Okay, let's see. And it's a Japanese folk tale. And what is a folk tale? Yes, a folk tale is a very old story that has been told and retold, passed from generation to generation, and almost all the folk tales, folk stories begin with a long time ago and once upon a time, etc. പണ്ട് ഒരിടത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ആയിരിക്കും folk tales സാധാരണ ആരംഭിക്കുക. And the most important peculiarity is that it is often narrated in third person narrative ആയിരിക്കും. എന്ന് വെച്ചാല് ഐ, വി, മീ എന്നൊന്നും പറയില്ല. പകരം അത് ഫസ്റ്റ് പേഴ്സൺ ആണ് കേട്ടോ. പകരം വി വിൽ യൂസ് ഹി, ഷീ, ഇറ്റ്. ആ ഒരു പെർസ്പെക്റ്റീവിലായിരിക്കും ഫോക്ക് ടെയിൽസ് സാധാരണയായിട്ട് നറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടുക. ഹിയർ വി ഹാവ് എ ജാപ്പനീസ് ഫോക്ക് ടെയിൽ. വളരെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സ്റ്റോറിയാണ്. ഐ വിൽ റീഡ് ഇറ്റ് ഫോർ യു. ലിസൺ. A long time ago, in a small country village in Japan, there lived a poor farmer and his wife, who were very good people. They had a number of children and found it very hard to feed them all. The eldest son was strong enough when only 14 years old to help his father, and the little girls learned to help their mother almost as soon as they could walk. But the youngest child, a little boy, did not seem to be fit for hard work. He was very cleverer than all his brothers and sisters, but he was quite weak and small, and people said he could never grow very big. So his parents thought it would be better for him to become a priest than to become a farmer. They took him with them to the village temple one day and asked the good old priest who lived there if he would have their little boy for his acolyte and teach him all that a priest ought to know. So my dears, what did we see here? Yes, a long time ago, in a country village in Japan, there lived a poor farmer and his wife. വളരെ പണ്ട് നടന്ന കാര്യമാണ്. ജപ്പാനിലെ ഒരു ഗ്രാമപ്രദേശത്ത് ഒരു കർഷകനും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഭാര്യയും ജീവിച്ചിരുന്നു. They were poor people. And they had a number of children. They were very good people too. വളരെ നല്ല ആളുകളായിരുന്നു കേട്ടോ. And they had a number of children. കുറെ കുട്ടികളും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. And they found it very difficult to feed those children. As they were very poor, they were struggling to feed the children. കുട്ടികളെ ഭക്ഷണം കൊടുക്കാൻ തന്നെ അവർ വളരെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമായിരുന്നു. But the children were helpful. നമ്മൾ കുട്ടികളെ കുറിച്ച് കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. They were very helpful. The eldest son started helping his father when he turned 14. വെറും 14 വയസ്സായപ്പോൾ തന്നെ he started helping his father. And what about the girls? The little girls started helping their mother as soon as they started walking. നടക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങുന്ന സമയം മുതൽ കൊച്ചു പെൺകുട്ടികൾ അമ്മയെ സഹായിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. So these children were very helpful to their parents. എന്നിട്ടാണ് നമ്മുടെ പ്രധാന കഥാപാത്രത്തെ കാണുന്നത് നമ്മൾ. Who was the protagonist of our story? Yes, the youngest son of the family. He was very cleverer than all his siblings. But there was one problem. What? Yes, he was very small and weak. വളരെ ദുർബലനായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കുട്ടിയായിരുന്നു. And people said that he will never grow up to be very big. The parents thought that it will be better for this boy to become a priest than a farmer. ഒരു ഫാർമർ ആവുന്നതിനേക്കാളും ഈ കുട്ടി വളരെ ക്ലവർ ആണ്. And he is not capable of hard work. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ he must become a priest എന്ന് ആര് തീരുമാനിച്ചു? Yes, the parents decided. Then they took this boy to the village temple and talked to the old priest there. വില്ലേജ് ടെമ്പിളിലേക്ക് കുട്ടിയെ കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നുണ്ട്. And they talked to the old priest and asked him to take this boy as his acolyte. An acolyte is a disciple. ശിഷ്യൻ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ. So they wanted to make this boy a priest, and they wanted this priest to teach everything that a priest should know to this boy. ഒരു പ്രീസ്റ്റ് അറിയേണ്ട എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും ഈ കുട്ടിയെ പഠിപ്പിക്കണം എന്ന് പാരന്റ്സ് ഓൾഡ് പ്രീസ്റ്റിനോട് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു. Will the priest accept this boy? ഈ കുട്ടിയെ സ്വീകരിക്കുവോ? Let's see. The old man spoke kindly to the lad and asked him some hard questions. So clever were the answers that the priest agreed to take the little fellow into the temple as an acolyte and to educate him for the priesthood. The boy learned quickly what the old priest taught him and was very obedient in most things. But he had one fault. He liked to draw cats during study hours and to draw cats even where cats ought not to have been drawn at all. So here we see that the old man, the old priest, talking to the boy with kindness. But he asked some hard questions to this boy. And was the boy able to answer correctly? Yes. The answers were very clever that the priest agreed to take him as an acolyte. And this boy was very clever. He learned everything that the priest taught him. And he was obedient in many things. But there was one problem. What was that? Yes, he had the ability of an artist. He was an artist, this boy. Is that a problem? No, that was not the problem. This boy started drawing cats everywhere at any time. Even though the class was going on, he started drawing cats. He drew cats everywhere, even at the places where cats ought not to be drawn. പൂച്ചകളെ വരയ്ക്കാൻ പാടില്ലാത്ത സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ കൂടി ആ കുട്ടി എന്ത് വരച്ചു? പൂച്ചകളെ വരച്ചു. So he was very fond of drawing cats everywhere. What will happen now? Look at your textbook. Whenever he found himself alone, he drew cats. He drew them on the margins of the priest's books and on all the screens of the temple and on the walls and on the pillars. Several times the priest told him this was not right, but he did not stop drawing cats. He drew them because he could not really help it. He had what is called the genius of an artist, and just for that reason, he was not quite fit to be an acolyte. A good acolyte should study books. So here we see this boy, whenever he gets a bit of free time, whenever he finds himself alone, he started drawing cats. എവിടെയാണ് ഈ വരയ്ക്കുന്നത്? Yes, he drew them on the margins of the books of the priest. Then on the screens of the temple, on the walls, on the pillars, everywhere. അതൊരു അമ്പലമാണ്. That was a Buddhist temple. എല്ലാ സ്ഥലത്തും ഇങ്ങനെ പൂച്ചകളെ വരച്ചു വെക്കുവാണ്. Is that a good thing? I don't think so. So this priest told this boy many times, but he couldn't help it. Okay, he had to draw. അവനത് പിടിച്ചു വെക്കാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. പൂച്ചകളെ വരച്ചു കളയാം എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചിട്ട് വരയ്ക്കുന്നതല്ല കേട്ടോ. He cannot help it. It happens all the time. Whenever he finds a bit of time, he starts drawing automatically. It was in his blood, we can think. You see, he had the genius of an artist. ഒരു ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് എന്ന നിലയ്ക്ക് he was a genius. അത്രയും വലിയ കഴിവ് ബോയ്ക്ക് ഉണ്ട്. But for that reason, he was not fit to become an acolyte. Why? Yes, an acolyte must study books. ഒരു acolyteന്റെ ജോലി എന്താണ്? പുസ്തകങ്ങൾ വായിച്ച് പഠിച്ച് ഒരു പ്രീസ്റ്റ് അവൻ തയ്യാറെടുക്കുക. But what was this boy doing? Yes, he was just drawing. Drawing ഒരു ചിത്രകാരിയല്ല കേട്ടോ. If you have an ability of an artist, you have to express it. And this boy had the ability of an artist and he's expressing it. So he was not fit to become an acolyte. So my dears, can you recall the things that we studied till now? Yes, we saw that a long time ago in a country village in Japan, there lived a poor family, a farmer's family, and there were a number of children. And the youngest child was not at all capable of helping his parents because he was very small and weak. And then he was very clever also. So the parents thought that it will be better for him to become a priest than to become a farmer. So they took him to the temple and talked to the village priest. And the village priest asked him a number of questions, and as his answers were very clever, he took him as an acolyte. But there was a problem with this boy. What was the problem? Yes, the boy was very fond of drawing cats. Drawing is not a problem. And he had a genius of an artist. That was not a problem. The problem is that he drew cats everywhere in the temple. And the priest said that it's not a good practice. And we saw that this boy is not fit to become an acolyte because of his genius as an artist. The acolyte, a good acolyte, must study books, and this boy didn't get time to study because whenever he got time, he started drawing cats. So these are the things that we saw in this session. So let's go to the textual questions. Look at your textbook, please. How is the youngest child introduced in the story? എങ്ങനെയാണ് ആ യങ്ങസ്റ്റ് ചൈൽഡ് ഓഫ് ദ ഫാമിലിയെ ഈ സ്റ്റോറിയിലേക്ക് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്? സോ ദ ആൻസർ ഈസ് ദ യങ്ങസ്റ്റ് ബോയ് ഈസ് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ആസ് എ ക്ലവർ ബട്ട് ക്വൈറ്റ് വീക്ക് ആൻഡ് എ സ്മോൾ ബോയ് ഹു വാസ് നോട്ട് ഫിറ്റ് ഫോർ ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, ദ യങ്ങസ്റ്റ് ബോയെ വളരെ ക്ലവർ ആണ്, പക്ഷെ വീക്ക് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു കുട്ടിയായിട്ടാണ് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് ദ സെക്കൻഡ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ, വൈ ഡിഡ് ദ പാരന്റ്സ് ടേക്ക് ദ ബോയ് ടു ദ പ്രീസ്റ്റ്? People of the village opined that the boy could never grow very big, but he was very clever. So his parents thought it would be better for him to become a priest than to become a farmer. So dears, I hope it is clear. Let's meet in the next class. Bye-bye.